In April 2025, a dramatic YouTube video swept through Filipino social media, quickly capturing the attention of millions. The video, with its sensational visuals and urgent tone, spread like wildfire across Facebook, Twitter, and group chats, igniting a storm of speculation and concern. Within hours, it was being discussed in homes, offices, and even on the streets, as people tried to make sense of what they were seeing. The video claimed that thousands of U.S. military vehicles were being offloaded at Subic Bay, suggesting a massive and secretive American military buildup right on Philippine soil. The footage appeared to show convoys of trucks and armored vehicles rolling onto the docks, with the implication that something big, and possibly alarming, was underway. The video stoked public anxiety, sparking fierce debates about sovereignty, alliance, and foreign intervention. In community centers and online forums, people argued passionately about what this meant for the country's future. Was this a sign of renewed partnership, or a threat to national independence? Some welcomed the supposed U.S. return as a deterrent against regional threats, seeing it as a sign of strong support from a powerful ally. For them, the presence of American forces was a reassurance in uncertain times, a bulwark against external aggression. Others, however, feared a loss of independence and the risk of being drawn into foreign conflicts. They worried that the Philippines could become a pawn in larger geopolitical games, with ordinary citizens paying the price for decisions made far away. The video's emotional imagery, complete with dramatic music and rapid cuts, left little room for critical thought. It was designed to provoke strong reactions, making it difficult for viewers to pause and question the authenticity of what they were seeing. But fact-checkers quickly stepped in, analyzing the footage frame by frame and cross-referencing it with publicly available information. Within a day, they debunked the claims, revealing that the footage was not recent, nor was it from the Philippines. In fact, it was old, actually from a U.S. military delivery in Greece in 2023, repurposed and misrepresented to fit a new narrative. There was no secret influx of American hardware at Subic Bay, just a viral fabrication that had fooled thousands. The docks remained quiet, with no unusual military activity to be found. The incident highlighted just how easily disinformation can shape public perception, especially on sensitive security issues. In a hyper-connected world, a single misleading video can trigger nationwide debate and anxiety before the truth has a chance to catch up. While the viral video was ultimately proven false, it drew attention to Subic Bay, a place with a long and complicated history of military presence. Beneath the surface, a quieter, more significant story was unfolding, one that would have lasting consequences for the region. The real developments weren't about a sudden military surge, but rather a strategic repositioning and careful planning, with long-term implications for both the Philippines and its allies. Behind closed doors, officials were negotiating, strategizing, and preparing for a future that would require careful balance. Sometimes the truth is less dramatic than the rumors, but far more consequential. In the age of viral misinformation, it's more important than ever to look beyond the headlines and seek out the real story. Despite the viral hoax that swept across social media, sparking rumors of a massive U.S. military return to the Philippines, the reality on the ground was far more nuanced, and far less dramatic than many imagined. While online speculation ran wild, real U.S. military activity was quietly unfolding, but with a very different purpose and scale. In March 2025, around 600 pieces of U.S. military equipment arrived in the Philippines. But instead of docking at the storied Subic Bay, as many expected, these shipments landed at Dingalan Bay, a less prominent but strategically chosen site. The equipment supported the annual Balikatan exercises, a long-running joint training event between U.S. and Philippine forces designed to strengthen cooperation and readiness. These drills are a staple of the U.S.-Philippine alliance, emphasizing not just military tactics, but also humanitarian assistance and disaster response. The focus is on interoperability, ensuring both nations' forces can work seamlessly together in times of crisis, whether that's a natural disaster or a regional emergency. Importantly, these activities do not signal a permanent U.S. military presence, but rather a commitment to shared security and rapid response. Meanwhile at Subic Bay, the U.S. Marine Corps quietly leased a 300-square-meter warehouse. This marks the first official prepositioning site for U.S. forces in the Philippines since the 1990s, a significant but measured step in deepening logistical ties. The facility is not a weapons depot, but a storage hub for non-lethal gear, including vehicles, engineering tools, and advanced communications equipment. These resources are essential for supporting a range of missions, from joint exercises to real-world disaster relief operations. The primary purpose of this warehouse is to enable rapid humanitarian and disaster relief efforts. In a region prone to typhoons, earthquakes, and other emergencies, having supplies and equipment pre-positioned can make a life-saving difference. This move reflects a broader strategic shift, one that prioritizes readiness for emergencies and strengthens the U.S.-Philippine partnership, all while enhancing the U.S.'s ability to respond quickly and effectively to crises in the region. Subic's evolving role is less about projecting military might and more about building resilient infrastructure. Upgrades and maintenance at the port signal a commitment to a deeper, more enduring partnership, focused on stability and mutual support. In the end, the real story isn't about provocation or escalation. It's about preparation, partnership, and the quiet work of building resilience for whatever challenges may come. The initial warehouse lease was just the beginning. This lease marked the start of a significant transformation for Subic Bay, a location with a rich history and strategic importance. The area, once a bustling naval base, is now poised to become a central logistics hub in the Indo-Pacific region. The U.S. Navy soon announced plans for a massive climate-controlled logistics hub at Subic Bay, up to 33,000 square meters, operational by May 2026. This facility is designed to handle a wide range of logistical needs, from storing essential supplies to maintaining advanced military equipment. A 10-year lease signals a long-term commitment, re-establishing Subic as a key Indo-Pacific node. This commitment underscores the strategic importance of Subic Bay, not just for the U.S. Navy, but also for regional security and cooperation. The facility will store advanced equipment, enabling rapid U.S. Marine Corps deployments across Southeast Asia. This capability is crucial for maintaining a swift and effective response to any emerging threats or humanitarian crises in the region. Climate control is crucial for sensitive electronics and munitions, ensuring readiness in the tropical environment. The controlled environment helps preserve the integrity and functionality of critical equipment, which is essential for mission success. Pre-positioning assets here slashes response times compared to bases in Japan or Guam. This strategic positioning allows for quicker mobilization and deployment, enhancing the overall operational efficiency of military forces in the region. This is part of the Marine Corps pre-positioning program, previously only in Norway, now pivoting to Asia. The shift to Asia reflects the changing geopolitical landscape and the need for a more agile and responsive military presence in the Indo-Pacific. Subic's transformation marks a strategic shift, preparing for new challenges in the South China Sea and beyond. This development is a testament to the evolving nature of global security dynamics and the importance of maintaining a robust and flexible logistical network. Subic's logistics buildup is part of a wider U.S.-funded infrastructure push. A new naval pier, announced in September 2024, will support both Philippine and U.S. warships, boosting interoperability and operational reach. These upgrades fall under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, EDCA, allowing U.S. facilities within Philippine bases. The expansion at Subic and other EDCA sites is the alliance's response to evolving security threats. Warehouses and piers are more than structures. They're symbols of a modernized, adaptive partnership. Both nations recognize the Indo-Pacific's changing security landscape and are building real capabilities, not just rhetoric. Subic Bay is once again a linchpin in regional defense strategy. Subic Bay's resurgence is rooted in its geography and history. Once the crown jewel of U.S. military power in Asia, its deep sheltered harbor remains unmatched for naval operations. After the base closed in 1992, Subic thrived as a commercial hub, its military legacy fading. But rising tensions in the South China Sea have revived its strategic value. Subic's proximity to flashpoints like Scarborough Shoal gives it unique operational advantages. Today, the U.S. presence is under EDCA, a partnership, not a sovereign base, reflecting a new era of cooperation. Commercial and strategic roles now coexist, as Subic returns to the center of great power competition. Geography once again dictates its destiny. Where strategic assets gather, so does foreign interest. Subic's renewed military role has attracted espionage, with Philippine authorities disrupting spy rings targeting U.S. activities. In April 2025, several foreign nationals were arrested for surveilling U.S. Navy movements in the Freeport Zone. These incidents highlight the security risks of a heightened U.S. presence and the need for robust counterintelligence. Philippine forces now face the challenge of protecting both commercial and military interests in an open, bustling zone. The new Cold War in Asia isn't just about ships, it's also a shadowy contest of intelligence. The U.S. return to Subic is part of a revitalized alliance driven by shared concerns over China's assertiveness. Chinese maritime pressure in the West Philippine Sea has pushed Manila to reaffirm its defense ties with Washington. The Mutual Defense Treaty now explicitly covers attacks on Philippine vessels, and EDCA projects are moving forward. For the U.S., a strong Philippines is vital to its Indo-Pacific strategy and regional stability. Subic's logistics hub exemplifies this convergence, bolstering both U.S. and Philippine capabilities. The alliance is now more robust and relevant than it's been in decades. Subic's transformation brings both promise and peril for the Philippines. Economically, new facilities and increased activity boost local jobs and revenue. Strategically, pre-positioned assets enhance disaster response and national defense, while deterring aggression. But risks remain. Deeper U.S. involvement could make the Philippines a target in a U.S.-China conflict. Critics warn of sovereignty concerns and the dangers of dependency. Social and environmental impacts must also be managed as military activity grows. The challenge is to maximize benefits while safeguarding autonomy and stability. The future hinges on careful, balanced stewardship of this renewed partnership. Subic Bay's evolution mirrors the Indo-Pacific's shifting balance of power. The U.S.-Philippine logistics hub is a clear response to China's assertiveness in the South China Sea. Integrated deterrence aims to prevent conflict by raising the cost of aggression, but could also fuel escalation. Each side's moves are seen as threats by the other, risking a dangerous spiral. The region's future depends on managing this competition peacefully. Subic's fate will signal whether Southeast Asia moves toward stability or greater turbulence. The world is watching what happens next at this storied bay.